So this was a very interesting game. I'm gonna get right to the point. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible because the Bucks are playing Phoenix up next, and I'm trying to watch that. So it's actually about to start really soon. I'm recording this right after this game I'm about to talk about ended. But wow, where do I start? Okay, so the Hawks versus Mavericks. The Mavericks win by 1 point, 118 to 117. And this was a really good game. From the start, it was going really slow. There was points in this game where it seemed like each team couldn't miss. There was points in this game where each team couldn't get a basket at all. Um, yeah, so in those parts, it was kind of hard to stay attached to those parts of the game, but wow, this was still a great game. So first off, when the Mavericks play, I almost said Magic again. When the Mavericks play the Hawks, this is always going to be a very interesting game. It's always probably going to be on national TV just for the fact that Luka and Trae Young were traded for each other, and you know how that stuff works out. But yeah, Luka got the best of Trae Young in this one. It was just a great game. I'm gonna explain it to you. So first off, the Hawks in the Hawks in the first quarter trailed for most of the time. It seemed like it was the Mavericks had the lead, and then it just kept switching back and forth. And it seemed like in the second or third quarter, no team could get a bigger lead. No, I'm sorry. In the second quarter, it seemed like no team could get a bigger lead than six. Then in the third quarter, that's when the Hawks they went on a big run. Well, actually, at the end of the second quarter, the Hawks went on a 14-4 run to close out halftime, and it just seemed like this was the Hawks game. For a second, the Mavericks had the lead, but it wasn't a big one. But then the Hawks just came blazing out. It was good defense from both teams, but the thing that got the Mavericks in the first half was this just a shooting problem because it seemed like they couldn't hit a shot. The same goes for the Hawks, but the Mavericks were just having way more troubles. It's just I don't know, but and also Trae Young he hits two deep-ish threes. Well, the first one was a deep three on Luka. Both of them were on Luka, but I don't. Man, this was just a good game. So Trae Young he hits. Somebody I don't remember who it was set a screen on Luka, and Trae Young is backing up, and I can tell he's about to shoot it, but then Luka is not closing out on him. I don't know why he would not close out because he's Trae Young. But then I think it was Cam Reddish set screen on Luka. So then Kristaps had to close out on Trae Young. And I believe that was the play that ended up being in the and one 3-pointer. No, it might have been the second one I'm talking about, but still. It's just wow. I'm sorry guys. It's just I'm shocked because from the beginning this was looking like it was not going to be the best game because especially in that third quarter, the Hawks just went on a big run. So I was thinking, okay, this is probably the Hawks game, and it was kind of hard to pay attention to. But sorry guys, I'm watching the Bucks Phoenix game right now. I might make a video about it right after, depending on how it is. But yeah, so the Hawks they were up by 10 at halftime, 62-52. And Trae Young, he was benched for a short period of time in the third quarter, and that's when the Hawks were up, and the Mavericks started to go on a big run at that point. So, he's still on the bench. I don't know. I was kind of confused about that, but then they eventually get subbed in, and then the Hawks kind of fight back towards it. But then at that point, the game is kind of close already, so it can go either way. And we can see by now it went the Mavericks' way. So in that fourth quarter, Ooh, I almost didn't talk about this. In that fourth quarter, Tim Hardaway Jr. He was something. It seemed like he could not miss. He got help from well, first off, Luka didn't score many field goals. He did score a nice and one, but then they didn't count it as a shooting foul. So the and one was taken away, and the points was taken away. So it was an inbound play basically, and man, it was just I don't know. I almost said Trae Young. What is his name? Tim Hardaway Jr. was just amazing in this game. He scored 10 points in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and it was like, wow, it's just amazing. I don't know. So Luka ended up having 28 points in this game. With the next best, I did not talk about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson came to show off. He was pulling mid ranges. He was pulling 3-pointers. He was playmaking a little bit. I just for some reason every time these two teams play, it's great to watch. That's why it's always on national TV. And yeah, but the Hawks, they played great too. Trae Young scored 25. John Collins scored 33. He was their best player tonight, arguably, because Trae Young also had a 15 assists. So, but yeah, it was a good game for the Hawks, but the Mavericks just came out to play a little more, and I am expecting the Hawks to bounce back in their next game, but tonight was just a bad one for them. Yeah, I don't know. But they got the Spurs up next. That one's going to be interesting to watch. I will for sure be paying attention to that. But, yeah, it was a good game from both sides. It was a little sloppy at points, but it's basketball. It's just going to happen. But, yeah, that's all I really got to talk about in this video. Yeah, overall, it was just a great game. And yeah, I will definitely be watching these two play, especially every time they do. I don't remember actually when's the next time they play, if they do play again this season, which I'm sure they do. But yeah, that's all for me.